Peace, my family, and roll back to all. And those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly, and we about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys are moving in your higher natures and most definitely cleansing the lows. I came on here today to share another clip from Dr. Malachi York's book, scroll, pamphlets of peace, and it's called "Is There Eternal Life After Death?" question. And I'm just going to continue where I left off, because this most definitely will help you on this good journey with that. So, it goes like this. What does the word death mean? Question. Answer. The word death is first mentioned in the Bible in Genesis 21:16. The word being used there for death in Hebrew language is Malvith, and is defined as death, dying, realm of the dead, and the word used for it is in Syriac Arabic or Galilean Arabic. Mufwut means death, and it goes on. So the definition: the act of dying, termination of life, the state of being dead, cause of dying, drugs were the death of him, the manner of dying, a heroine's death, and a personification of the story of life, usually represented as a skeleton holding and a bloodshed and execution and products of human belief in life and matter. Civil death, extinction of something. All of this is just the definition of that. And so it goes on. So the word really means having the physical appearance of death, no longer alive or in existence, deceased. For a personification of the story of life. And it goes into question: are there various forms and kinds of deaths? Question. And it goes into the answer, and it says yes. There are various kinds of deaths. There is an economical death, linguistic death, a numeral death, historical death, unity death, spiritual death, civil death, mental death, and a physical death. A person may be resurrected from all deaths except the physical death. Once a person is really physically dead, to the extent that their body gets cold and rigor mortis mix or takes over, which means that the law of decomposition has gone into effect and there is no return to the actual life for that person. And so it goes on. What is the law of decomposition? Answer. The law of decomposition is the breakdown and decay of the organic material, and it cannot be preserved. The physical body or the physical death of a person is the unity and completion of all deaths as an individual personality. An individual's ideologies and thoughts, if put in writing, may survive the death of the body and prevail. But this is not the person's physical mind or mentality. It is the workings of his or her mentality that live on for the mental factors or faculties die with the rest of the person. So there are two lives: life on earth and life after physical death. If a person was a highly spiritual person, their soul will pass at once through the planes, or even bypass the planes and go into the heavens and other galaxies, from which their soul and their ether being originated with the help of the angelic beings. The angelic beings bless you with old age, which allows the physical body to rest from the harmful activities that we indulge in every day. The old age prepares humans for their invincible judgment. So, escape not the responsibility of becoming elderly, for it is an honored gift that everyone receives. You may weep for the victims of murder, accidents, or illnesses. You can weep for the pain they felt, but not for the transference from this world to the next. Refer to Numbers 23:10, Psalms 68:20, 55:15, Genesis 21:16, Luke 1:79, and it goes into this, and it says this, Genesis 21:16, and it goes into this. And she went and sat down over against him a good way off, as it were a bomb shot or a bow shot, for she said, "Let me see the death of the child." And she sat over against him and lifted her voice and wept. To give light to them, to sit in darkness in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. Then it goes into question, what is physical death? And this is the answer. The phenomenon of physical death fascinates as well as frightens the human mind. Its suddenness or longing suffering, and it lacks prejudgment or discrimination. It strikes the young, the old, the man, the woman, the children, the animals, the trees, the fish alike. Yet, the one yet strikes lies in a peaceful silence or a frightful silence. Which one is it, or which is it? The effect is really upon those left behind because of the mystery that surrounds death. All you can see is a limp corpus, and you touch it, but it does not move. You wonder, can it hear, can it feel, can it still think? What happened to its liveliness? Death causes the living to wonder and imagine. You must realize that death is the door which takes you from one stage in life to the next stage. To the next stage of life. To a higher life. To the next stage of life of the higher life. And the following quotes backs this up. Job 33:5, let me repeat that. The following quotes, it says, Job 3:5, 10:21 or 10:21 through 22, so 10:21 through 22 verses, 34:22, Psalms 107:10, Deuteronomy 30:19, 2 Samuel 22:6, Ruth 1:17, Isaiah 25:8, Psalms 89:48 makes it clear that all will die. And then it goes into this. What man is he that lived and shall not see death, shall he deliver his soul from the hand of the grave. And let me go back because so this was Psalms 89:48, and that was Psalms 49:48. And then it goes into Romans 5:14. And nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned after the Adam's transgressions, which is the figure of him who has come. So it goes into what people tend to forget is that your physical body is nothing but a composition of bacteria, which will return to earth and become fertilizer that will aid in replenishing the earth. And the physical body, when one dies, recycles from the ground in which it is planted, and it becomes life again. It penetrates into the atmosphere as film or dust particles. They are all breathed into the nostrils of human beings, and if a woman is pregnant, it helps for the flesh of the baby. This is called life cycle. This is what is meant when it says in Genesis 3:19, and I quote, "In the sweat of thy face shall thou eat bread, till thou return into the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, from the dust thou art, into the dust thou shalt return." So this is going into Genesis 3:19, and it refers to your body returning to which it originated in the first place. And all the living matter has a life cycle, be it you, plants, animals, of which you are one. But the you is not just a body, a bashir. The body is clay, and it's life force. The physical body as the image you see in the mirror, or the clay, or the higher life force, but there is not all there to you. There is a nefesh, which is Hebrew for nefs, which is in Arabic both meaning spirit, and then it's a rahu, which is in Hebrew rahu, and that is in Arabic both meaning your soul. Next question, so what do you mean by this question? And then this is his answer. Life cycles are the stages of organisms undergo from conception to the point where it is mature enough to reproduce. And depending on the genetic traits that they are influenced by environmental factors, it dies. Death is also a part of the process of nature. When a child is born, all resources, but when a child is born, all rejoices, but when one dies, all weep. We should do the opposite. No one can tell what trials and tribulations awaits a newborn. The world is filled with lies, greed, hate, and sorrow. But when a mortal dies in peace, we should rejoice, for he has completed a long and hard journey. One should not weep at natural death, but rejoice and welcome it. Nature provides us a cycle of experiences, including birth, growth, and reproduction. And death is the way nature concludes the physical cycle, and the experience in the physical is a part of development. One should not seek death, for death will find you, and there will be no place to hide. There's nothing good or bad about it. It's just the natural balancement of life for all living things on the planet, all living things on the physical and the life force. Those two are the you. What you should know is that you, meaning your body, is the result of an evolutionary process formed from the right conditions that created bacteria from the Mumba, which developed into a fish, on into what you are now, Homo sapiens. So refer to what is spirit and soul, and you can find that on Scribe if you are interested. And someone else could be selling the book on the bookstores online, All Eyes on Egypt bookstores online, Amazon, and those things like that if you are interested in referring to that next reference of the next book. And so I'm going to stop it right there. And so, yeah. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. And if you want to check this out yourself, which is encouraged, you should check it out on my channel and be nourished. You can send it to yourself. And on that note, free our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Know that you are loved beyond this world. I hope you know that. Peace, shalom, and wadu. Know also, it's all love and peace.